What's going on YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. We're out at the project lawn. I just quickly want to give you guys an update on how it's going. It's been, man, I don't even know. I should probably count it before I hit record. It's been about 2 weeks, maybe a little more. And so I just want to give you a progress report, and then we'll jump back into my lawn and get into another topic of what's going on there. But let me show you what the project lawn's looking like really quick. So pardon the AC unit in the background. I'll try to speak loudly, but look at this, guys. We've got pretty good growth, pretty evenly. You see it's patchy. It's not, you know, we're nowhere near coming in all the way. I'll just show you kind of sidewalk level. Man, that's a good view right there, right? Looks pretty good when you're low on it. When you're looking up, it's still maturing. So we're doing pretty good. You see areas like this that are still patchy. I was walking it today and looking closely, there are baby grass that's just now popping up after a good rain. And you see like this line right here where we've got humps. So some of the ground, apparently when it rained really hard, it probably washed the seed off. And we may have to touch that up with some triple threat seed. But just wanted to show you, it doesn't look great on camera actually, but it looks really dark. The protein has definitely added color to it, but I'm not gonna walk all the way over there. We roped it off as I thought. It's not coming up great over here, but we've got, you can see the dark of the protein starter fert right there compared to the weeds on the right. So still watching this patch right here. It is coming in pretty good, but we may need to throw down some triple threat to fill that in. I don't know. We should start seeing some of the Kentucky bluegrass begin to come up, but it's just water. I've hit it with Humic 12 twice in the Ortho Dylon sprayer. It's about time to hit it again with some RGS, and even back there on the other side you can just see the bright green, but nothing major to tell you. There's nothing new. We've got rocks, you know, we've still got some weeds lingering around. We may look at doing another application of tenacity, maybe, possibly, but it's coming in really well. So just wanted to give you an update. It's looking good. We continue to water it. We continue to get rain every now and then. Today it's cool in the 60s, so it was really nice to come and spray it a little bit with water, a little bit of humic. So we just keep watching it, be patient. I remember my cool blue plant. It took a lot longer than the first year I did just straight up turf type tall fescue. So though it looks patchy, though it looks kind of weird, give it some time. We're gonna have a beautiful lawn out here when we get it tall enough to be able to mow it. So just wanted to update you on that. So let's head back to my lawn. I wanna show you guys what my lawn's looking like. Man, it's just amazing. Talk about an application I did just the other day. And yeah, let's go over there right now. All right, so welcome back to my lawn. I did an application yesterday. Yesterday was a weird day. It was, I swear that like here lately, the weather people are totally dependent on AI for like their entire job, because their weather forecasting just sucks. I mean, maybe it's just here in North Carolina, but it's just terrible. I looked at the weather like Monday evening or Tuesday evening. It said no rain expected till like Thursday. We got 20%. I was like, okay, and highs are going to be, you know, 77, close to 80 degrees. And I was like, well, that's not great. We may need to water, but we'll be okay. What happened yesterday? Wake up, walk out to go to work around 6:30 in the morning. There's rain coming down. It's 63 degrees, and yesterday coming back or going to church, it was 63 degrees all day long. Never even got close to 77 or 75. I think that, anyways, who cares? But anyways, we had an abnormally cool day. It was kind of dreary. It wanted to rain so badly, it looked like, but it never did. So that being said, I did an application yesterday because I've not really done any biostimulants in my lawn here at all recently. So I did a heavy dose of RGS. I was going to do some CK, I backed off, but I did add a little more FERT to that mix, and it's because I only had a very little bit of the 2600 green charge from Next. Man, that sun feels really good. Feels amazing. I added what I had left of the 2600. Now you're supposed to apply that to the Cool Season lawn at just like the GCI mix, 20 ounces per 1,000. I didn't even have, I think I probably had 40 ounces of it, and I spread that evenly. So it was another spoon feeding, not even that, a very small amount of nitrogen went down of the 2600 green charge, but I did like 8 ounces per 1,000 of RGS. So I always tell you guys, everything I'm putting down on my lawn, I don't have any secret products behind the scenes. I don't have any special products from any companies or doing things that I'm not telling you about to make it look good for the camera. I tell you guys everything I do in my lawn. And so I just want to quickly show it to you, but show you some of the areas that have concerned me. And I mentioned it a little bit on the last video, but let me turn the camera around and show you the good and somewhat the bad. So going to church yesterday, I was like, oh my goodness, this lawn is just glowing, beautiful green. And again, I'm on an iPhone, so I can't getting the color of what's in reality here. This is the best probably. The sun is just making this look amazing. The color is that fertilizer rich fall, just beautiful. But again, if you are new, you see I've got baby grass coming up right here, where I've had areas that are just not coming back. I reseeded these areas, and you can see I got little baby grass sprouting up. This is where I showed on one video, I totally dropped the 4400 Anderson's HCU urea, and I've thrown seed down, and I can already see, like over there, there's a baby grass coming up from that already, so that's good to see. It's going to take it a while. I used the garden weasel. We threw some seed out, put some peat moss down, had some rain the other day, and so hopefully, my mistake, you know, it happens. I needed to use the 5-gallon bucket, not the small one I had. But as far as you guys saw on the last video, the front yard, so we won't go there, but briefly, you know, the backyard's looking great. But what I noticed from last year is the pictures, it looked great. But coming out of summer, everything was fine. And I told you guys over and over and over, I'm not overseeding. I'm not overseeding. All I'm going to do is do pre-emergent. I want to see if I can truly stop Poa annua completely once and for all. And here's some more. Here's another spot that coming out of summer, I don't know if I got a mild case of like brown patch. Maybe I did. I've sprayed some propiconazole since then, but this is another little patch that I've done the garden weasel and seeded. Didn't put any peat moss on it, but just letting the seed, you know, come up on its own. But back here, I'll tell you, back here with the Jonathan Green, and we'll get to some of this over here, it's been really slow to come out of the summer stresses. It's really been surprising me over here, because this is looking way better. But you see again, like little patches, like right here, you can see right here little patches, like it seems like it's died off. It's looking a lot better. I'm noticing some mower tracks that bothers me, so I'm looking at that. This actually looks much better this morning. But like as I go over here, one of the areas I did feel like I needed to reseed was right here. I did use garden weasel here and throw some seed down, but you see what I mean. It's actually looking a lot better. But look how thin it is. You can see all the leaves and stuff. I'm very surprised a lot of the dead is coming back. It's like shocking. Like this is looking way better, but again, you can see the mower tracks, and that bothers me. But again, if maybe fall is going to help thicken it up, and maybe it will fill in a little more, we'll have to see. I'm not going to replant right here, and we'll kind of use this as our test plot. But this is looking better than it was. It was much more dead looking, and I'll show you over here a little more of it. But let's see how much fall improves this is the point. Next year, 100%, we're going to be overseeding. It's going to be needed, and it's already, what my point is, it's probably needed now, and I may have jumped the gun by not overseeding. So we'll see if this comes in. This has got seed down. I don't see, it's probably way too soon for baby grass to be coming up here. But different areas, same thing here. Like I felt like I needed to throw some seed down on this spot, so I'm just spot seeding. But you can kind of see right here just generally how thin it's still just not coming out of that summer die off. And this wasn't here. I would have overseeded if this was really this thin coming into September. I would have said, yeah, I need to overseed the backyard, but it was full. And now, like right when we did our dithiopyr or dithiopyr on the 1st of September, now it started to kind of struggle more in the late. And this is what I'm talking about, these patches of just dead right here. You see how it's just died off from summer. Now, I don't think there's any way that spot comes back, but I could be wrong, because this is actually looking better and improved, and I haven't done anything but apply FERT, apply RGS. So maybe biostimulants and fertilizer will help areas like this one, but it's still super thin back here. And that's one of the downsides to not overseeding, is there are areas that look great, like, you know, everything is kosher and looking great up here, And I haven't overseeded in 2 years in this backyard. I'm not doing it this year. We didn't do it last year, and it looks just as thick and healthy, and everything's great. But back on the edge of the wood line, and again, we got the trees over here, we got trees over here, and this is the Jonathan Green mix, the ryegrass and stuff. You know, you see how it's fading by the trees right here. It's a little thinner. This is less seen by people, although if you look straight ahead, the road is right up here. People can see it, so I do care about it. I did come and tear some of this up and put some seed down here, and I've been coming out here and watering it in the evenings to get water on this peat moss area. But you see how thin it is. This was looking beautiful the first time we seeded it. It was one of the best looking spots in the yard. It's really thinned out a whole lot, and I think it's due to summer. But surprisingly, you can see some of the rye. You see some of these fine blades right here. Some of it's coming back, and I'm like, how in the world? It's like it stayed dormant for the entire summer, and now it's perking up. It's pretty amazing. And so it looks like spaghetti grass. That's the best way I can tell you. And it could be a seed over from my neighbors that may be seeded, but I'm pretty sure this is coming back from the dense shade mix. It's just coming alive. Excuse me, man. Voice is all messed up, and you can see here it's just perked up from some of those fertilizer applications. So point being, my lawn, though it looks great on the bulk majority of my lawn out here, man, I've got some really thin lines, and that fertilizer really is noticed. The grass is standing straight up, like it's not, you know, it's excited with that fertilizer being fed like that. So just wanted to show you, we're going to keep an eye on this, on these bare spots. Some of this, I even took the garden weasel. You can see a lot of my tire tracks. See all these lines where I'm doing the up and down mow. And then when I go this way, you can see some of the, you know, and that's from pushing that handle, and the wheels are spinning, and maybe the ground is soft, and it's, you know, slowly but surely making tire tracks. So that's why next year, it don't matter what's going on, I'm telling you a year ahead of time, we're going to be overseeding this. I want to keep this grass. Maybe we'll cut it off. Maybe we'll swing it out here and eliminate all this and make it like a little test plot. I don't know. We can just do Kentucky Blue. I don't know. Maybe we'll make it smaller. I don't know. But yeah, we need to overseed the edge, definitely. The majority up here really doesn't need it, and neither does the front yard. We'll see what happens with our Ornambic 170. We may need to do some work there. So not the most interesting and greatest topic to talk about, but I like showing you guys where my thoughts are, where my mind is, and I'm really watching this back here. I'm trying to keep water on it, trying to make sure, you know, any hot streaks that come through North Carolina, hot days, we're not letting it stress out back here, but it's starting to look better. The fertilizer, the cool mornings, the cool temperatures, it's really starting to make it come alive. And so that's a positive thing. I don't want to, again, I've told you guys about patience. I'm trying to be patient and not rush down here and say, oh crap, I need to put seed down because it's going to look thin all year. I think fall itself and the grass itself is going to thicken some of this up. So let me know some of your thoughts below on the Jonathan Green and what your thoughts are here, as well as the lawn project. We're coming along. I'm anxious to get my first mow on that lawn project, Cool Blue lawn over there at the church. So God bless you guys. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to be playing in a little golf tournament this weekend down in Wilson, North Carolina. So say a prayer my way, and we'll see you on Monday, hopefully, with another lawn care video. God bless you.